Peace and blessings, y'all, and happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. I am Brandy. And as always, I pray your day has gotten started off well and that it continues to flow in that vein. I want to share a few verses with you guys today. You know, I said I was going to start sharing the scriptures, right? A couple of days ago, you know, it was 555. And I knew it was something to that. I just wasn't sure where I was going to find it, but I found it in some of my trusty verses that I've written down, okay? So I'm coming to you from Isaiah 55. So I'm going to read 3, 4, and 5. And then you'll understand where I'm coming from as far as the 555 goes. I wish I would have found it a couple of days ago, but it's okay. We still going to get it today. Right. So it says, come to me with your ears wide open. Listen and you will find life. I will make an everlasting covenant with you. I will give you all the unfailing love I promised to David. See how I used him to display my power among the peoples. I made him a leader among the nations. You also will command nations. This is verse 5. You do not know. And peoples unknown to you will come running to obey, because I, the Lord, your God, the Holy One of Israel, have made you glorious. Ain't that a beautiful thing? Don't we want the Lord to make us glorious? I'm gonna, be transparent here. Just this morning, I really was convicted in my spirit yet again. I know I shared the first service of Dr. Winston, the 7 o'clock service. I'm going to share the next one, the 9 o'clock service. The first one was good. It was. But it's something about that second one that something was released. And if you watch it, you'll understand what I mean. I was convicted in my spirit, and I feel like I was supposed to do this publicly too, because, so many times people will look at you, and I know they've looked at me because I get on here, I'm happy and I'm joyous, and that literally only comes from God, because you don't know what somebody is going through, literally. And we're supposed to speak those things that be not as though they were. And when we're still growing in our faith, sometimes, and even some leaders will do this, they'll make it sound like we're wrong for speaking certain things because we're new in it. It's like, you don't even really believe that. Well, sometimes you have to speak a thing several times before it is rooted in your spirit to really believe it, because of things that you have dealt with before, things that you have been taught before, whether it was, a teaching that was really given to you, or whether it was experiences that you've gone through that really embedded in your spirit to make you believe the opposite of what the word was saying. And when we're supposed to really walk in dominion, we are supposed to walk in dominion, but the very people that you have been around your life, and I pray nobody gets offended by this, but if so, but the people that you have been around your life, whether it's friends, associates, family, church leaders, whatever, whomever it is, strangers, it doesn't matter. But when they have directly or indirectly really come against the very thing that the Bible is saying, but saying, that they're not, like, I want you to excel, I want you to succeed, and da-da-da-da. But the words that they're really speaking into you sometimes contradict that. It's like it's an ongoing fight. It's like you're fighting the thoughts that are in your mind. You're fighting the words that they've said. And you're fighting really whether you should be speaking, what the word says, which is standing in dominion and decreeing a thing, speaking those things that be not as though they were, because someone has basically said, you don't need to be doing that because you don't even really believe it. Sometimes we have to speak it so many times till we start to believe it, because you'll start to believe it. you'll start to believe it. Have you ever seen somebody who was just, really, really, really not that attractive, externally, to us, but they spoke it so much and they had so much confidence in the fact that they were, that it was just like, okay, it may not be my taste, but I see, and so many people flock to that person, being attracted to that person, Same thing like with singers and whatnot. You've seen it where certain people will proclaim to be this and proclaim to be that, and the skill really isn't there on that level, but it's something about them and they proclaim it so much to where that's what they're known for. And it could be somebody else who has a skill or a gift or a talent that is so much stronger, so much better, but their confidence isn't there. And so they just kind of fall by the wayside, Have you ever heard someone say, you're not ready for that? You're not ready for that. You wouldn't even know what to do with that if you got it. You wouldn't even know what to do. Well, you wouldn't even know what to do with that if you got it. You have to stop saying things like that. Stop saying things like that to people, especially those who you're wanting to see excel. And we should want to see everybody excel. Stop saying things like that. It is a contradiction to the word. It is a contradiction to it, because the thing is, if somebody is quote unquote not ready to come to God because their life isn't in order according to them, are they ever going to be ready? No. They come to God and they allow Him to work on them, to change them and transform them. Same difference. You pray for someone to get, you pray for someone to receive, whether it's a job, whether it's an opportunity, whether it's finances, whatever the case may be. You pray for that person to receive it and say, whatever it is that you are lacking the knowledge of, whatever it is that you're needing help in this area with, I'm going to help you. And if I can't give you the answer, if I can't help you, I will find someone to help you. That's all. That's all. But stop contradicting the word in that realm, because it stifles everything. It stifles a person's belief. When you're telling them to have faith in something, you're adding to the stifling of the belief, whether you know it or not. And you're becoming a hindrance. We don't want to become a hindrance to somebody's growth. We don't want to become a hindrance to somebody's betterment or their receiving of something in any kind of way, form, or fashion, because you never know how God is going to use that person or those people. Even in their ignorance of a thing, that's usually how God steps in and gets His glory, because they were ignorant of something, didn't know, didn't have a clue. And then He comes through and He endows them with wisdom. He endows them with knowledge, and He surrounds them with great godly people who have their best interests at heart. And things go up from there. We want to go up. Go up, go up, go up. I really didn't mean to go this long. Father God, in the name of Jesus, this was supposed to have been short, but I pray something that was said, penetrates your heart, penetrates your spirit, and that you get a greater understanding. I'm definitely sitting in some things today. I'm apologizing to God for everything that I've perverted and defiled in any kind of way, form, or fashion. And thanking Him for mercy, grace, and definitely second, third, fourth, fifth, 100 infinity chances to get it right. Blessed God. But I pray you have an awesome rest of your Sunday, and I will catch you in the next one. All right? Peace. I'm Brandy.